difference is, you are a mortal playing with necromancy. I have experienced it firsthand from those who are built from it.
Okay.
I will not fault you. As Leon is going to basically, you know, if possible, like a ritual kind of situation where he's going to call upon all of the darkness and lifetime experience he's had with the Lich King, which is a lot.
Yes. A fell wind blows from the windows into the basement, enough to make Salvatore look around nervously. It's dimly lit in here, as not much light is coming through anyway due to the overcast skies, on account of it being snowy. As Leon focuses, his desire and power conjuring itself through the bars, it's slowly materializing, is a fell, translucent shape with beady red eyes, forming from mist and nothingness, howling in both rage and agony as it forms within the cell. Rotating its gaze to look at Salvatore, who has gone from a interested and sort of like, you know, maybe this is cool, to frantically screaming and kicking at, like, the thing, and he actually begins to get the chains loose. No! Not her! Not! And, like, his brain sort of, like, shuffled, like, has, like, a mental shutdown, and he faints.
Oh, isn't that amusing? Leon examines the spirit that's appeared.
The spirit
Power still channeling.
Rotates to look at Leon, and it says, "You dare much, whelp, but know that, despite your shortcomings, you still have favor. Continue to do well." And with a blink of its eyes, it dissipates in a flash of red light.
Side note, there was a reason I asked Fargus to leave the room.
Yeah.
Tempus just sort of...
for the best.
Tempus is watching, and, you know, don't get me wrong, you can tell easily
like
from what Leon's looking, and suddenly, instead of his hands clasped across his lap, he's holding his wrench across his lap. And you can see the crossbow in his right arm is fully assembled and loaded. He was clasping his hands earlier. He's now sitting fully armed.
Leon turns his head towards you, the power draining from his eyes and the aura slowly fading away, the eerie purple dancing lights just kind of fading away into oblivion. There are things which I am not proud of, Tempus. Things that I have experienced which I wish I did not.
You're talking to a thief. My moral compass is distinctly off.
I suppose that's the case as well. Regardless, you have seen a side of me which I very rarely express. I think Salvatore, when he awakes, may be slightly more cooperative. In fear I bring it back.
You didn't ask me to leave.
I did. I had no need to make you leave. The only one I was worried about was Fargus, who I was worried would interrupt me.
Yes, probably.
Unfortunately, that was not the most pleasant. Leon shakes for a moment. You can basically, you know, almost like the power going back into him, causing his body to just ripple for a moment.
Tempus will just sort of get up from his seat and shift the seat over, and then Tempus will take the crossbow and fire a bolt. Basically, several bolts around Salvatore into the weak points of the concrete, so they dig in.
A Salvatore outline.
Yeah. I've got to distract from Fargus and Thomas, so at least they don't think you've done something crazy.
Well, there's very little to tell what I did in here.
Well, that'll definitely help. Tempest smiles and walks past Leon.
And luckily you're not the only one with a crossbow. Leon gestures to his hand crossbow, which he now has in his hand. Oh, how sad. Fargus, Thomas, you may come back in.
Oh, I see. Did Fargus feel any necrotic energies, by the way?
Yep. That definitely would have been feelable, yep. No need for a skill check roll on that, yep.
I mean, it's noticeable enough when Leon's around anyway, so...
So kind of powerful necrotic energies. He will look very suspiciously at Leon.
Leon looks at you with very little expression in his face at the start, as he curiously quirks his head. I apologise, I seem to have frightened him too much. He's a little bit incapacitated.
Yes.
He's unharmed.
What exactly did you do?
Leon? Thomas says, just do me one favour. Never tell me what you just did.
Leon will not reply to that.
My question is, do I need to be concerned?
No, you don't need to be concerned.
I have a feeling, though, when he awakes, he may be slightly more cooperative to us.
It is no question or wonder now, as he quickly snaps his eyes open. Why you are? Yes, I see why. I see why. And now the delusions of grandeur have been replaced with a wide-eyed panic.
So, Salvatore, you saw what I was capable of.
I see who you are. I understand.
Then you understand what I'm capable of. Would you like me to bring back what you saw, or would you just like to talk properly to us now?
I'm surprised you don't already know with your corruption.
I know much, but there are pieces missing still. And let's put it this way, I will find out, and I do not care if you get in my way or not.
There is a delirious laugh from Salvatore. What is this? Some kind of test? He actually looks over at the others. How could you not know with him? You are the same as her.
Fargus actually looks a bit ashamed.
The same as her. Leon considers for a moment. Interesting. So how much have you been told? That is now what I'm curious about. How much were you told?
Then perhaps you should direct your questions towards someone who's actually... Well, considering you're projecting her, then you should ask her.
Would you like, as you said, projection right in front of you?
The wide-eyed look fades a little. Oh, come now. You're not as terrifying as her, no matter what you try.
No, but would you like her here?
She could have had access to me anytime she wanted, I'm sure. Well, she was the one who was responsible for all of this. And he swivels his head to look around the jail. But I suppose you're either too stupid or this was some sort of test, which in this case... Salvatore shrugs.
No response.
Honestly, Barrick. As if that old man had any chance of sneaking into here.
Tempus' eyebrow rises at this.
Why, considering the deaths of Erithel and Kiriel, they would have been the only two capable of coming in here to kill me.
Oh.
Yeah, so I think it's quite obvious who it is, but
Who then?
It's obviously ambiguous.
well, it could be two people.
Yeah, it could be two people. But I think it's the one you're thinking about.
Yeah, it's probably Ursilia. I mean, it's most likely. Anyway.
I thought it would have been Bree.
No, you think?
Because he, in character, maybe later after we're gone, he said that she could have gained access. Celia has access.
Ah, yeah. That is true. I missed that.
Would make sense, especially coming in through the doors. Garland was sort of retreating and hiding away, and possibility.
Also, if it had been Celia, I think Salvador would have been dead by this point.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. But we could just ask him and see from his response who it is.
Go for it.
Yeah, sure. So Fargus will ask, so it's Bree then you're working for? There. You see?
It wasn't a no.
Well, not
I
really,
remember.
but... Huh. What was his expression while he was laughing?
Same, like, delirious. It's like a mixture of, like, his delusions of grandeur, plus terror, plus, like, absolute bewilderment at his perception of you four. As if he had you shelved into a location which is apparently not accurate at all.
You know, with Leon doing what Leon did, that feeling might be shared by some other people.
There may be a reason.
But we kind of need a clear answer from him. Because it could be either one.
Could just kill both of them.
We may not have a chance against one of them, is what I'm worrying about. Just saying.
We might not. Well, the reason I think it's Cecilia is because, like, why would Bree ask us to go down into the catacombs to clear out the undead if we...
Because the undead would have been Osilia's undead.
Could be. But then they're both a problem in that case.
I can tell you, if it is the case of Bree, Bree is far more of a problem than Osilia is.
Are you sure?
I am very confident that, of multiple reasons, why Bree would be more a problem than Osilia would end up being.
Alright.
You heard it from Salvador Crane himself. Osilia must be closing to the end of her life soon.
Not if she's undead. But yeah, I guess he would know.
She's not dead. I'm telling you that now. Not in that way.
Alright.
Thomas, you are the first person to hear this. It is the faintest, just barely at the edge of your hearing, like almost a surprise that you heard it, whisper of feet as they effortlessly glide across the floor.
Well, Thomas will whisper loud enough for his companions to hear that someone is coming, very quietly.
I'll get in front of Leon.
You know, Leon's decently tanky now.
Someone who might not want to be heard, man. Maybe we should just go around the corner and just stand there for a moment.
We could.
Probably too late, but, you know, who knows.
We clearly hide in the jail cell under the blankets.
Just 4 humps under the... yeah.
Well, like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Alright.
We could.
Alright, you folks step around the corner then, looking at the doorway, and within seconds after you shuffle your positions, if you folks are attempting to do this quietly, then we should have move silently skill checks from you.
Yeah, of course.
As part
Well,
of
not so aggressively quietly that we stand awkwardly crouched in the corner. But you know, maybe we'll just... Maybe whoever's coming is so insistent on seeing Crane that he or she starts talking before she realizes we're here.
Sure.
Let's see.
They would totally be dexterity-based skill checks using a move silently background, a background where you would have been very quiet and careful in your movements so as not to attract notice.
Survivor of the Dwohurim games.
I can go with that, Gryph.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with survivalist scout. You know, I needed to survive. I didn't want to be animals chasing me around.
I can go with that.
I was actually thinking of Hunter of the Undead, since it's a stone floor, and Foghaven has spent some time like walking around in crypts, trying to not
Draw their attention.
alert everyone at once.
I can go with that.
And surely Thomas had to, at some point in the past, stay somewhere silently to ambush some bandits or criminals or whatever.
Sure, I will think half. I think half.
Okay, I'll take half. No.
32, 26, 28, 13.
Fine!
Well, we'll say that Gryph's amazing successes there will be able to compensate for Sheep there.
He just grabs Thomas.
He stops him before he makes noise. Just like...
And you hear calling out the cold, heartless voice of the patrician. "Oh, Salvatore, dear, are you down here practicing your magic again? You know, I did warn you not to do anything of the sort." To which Salvatore looks incredibly panicked and terrified, more so than, like, what Leon did, and, like, frantically tries to escape from the chains.
Clank, 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 clank.
Yeah, there's no rustling of chains.
As the patrician face of Ursula Melkor becomes apparent in the doorway. A momentary blink, though, as she looks basically right at Thomas as she steps into the doorway.
Excuse me, Lady Melkor, we were just talking to Senator Crane. You must not have realized we were here.
A brow lifts. I am sure you four have your reasons for standing where you are in your discussion.
Leon's just taking a seat.
Tempus is actually sitting on the table.
Fargus is leaning against the wall, yawning.
Yes, well, I noted a disturbance which prompted my investigation. I see, however, that it was caused by you four, and not by little Salvi. Is that right? To which Salvatore meekly nods in his chains. Good. Now you do take care, Salvatore. These four worked tirelessly to spare your life. I might not have done the same were I them. Salvatore meekly nods again. Good. Did you four have any success with bringing me the Whispering Ravinger's head?
Sadly, no.
Not quite.
He left maybe 1 or 2 days ago, heading north. And before we could track them any far distance, the snow began to fall, and it was then impossible to track them any further.
I see. Perhaps Rav has been incredibly intelligent for once and cut his losses. From my understanding, you 5, counting Dwohurim Harsca, have worked tirelessly to dismantle his organization, the one that little Salvi there helped him raise. Isn't that right, Salvi? Salvatore meekly nods. Splendid. Well, I am sure that you four, if you remain around Foghaven, you might have another chance to be of use to this town, and the payment is still open should you prove yourselves to be of any further assistance. I take that you've gotten what you needed from Salvatore.
I think so. At least for me. Looks over to Tempus. Thomas.
Thomas nods.
Well, splendid. He'll be... We, decided to organize a caravan with, Dirk, I think his name was, so that Salvi could get his transportation to Newport as soon as possible. That way he can begin his new life. Isn't that right, Salvatore? You want to begin your new life in the sewers hunting ettercaps, don't you? Salvatore doesn't meekly nod, but he doesn't shake his head. That's what I thought. In which case, you four then, if you are done, may leave us.
Thomas will nod and move towards the exit.
All right. Thomas is able to exit.
Hooray.
Leon, a minute, if you please.
Yes, I believe that is due. Bowing his head slightly.
Like, looks at Leon
Yeah.
in case he wants him there.
Fargus looks very concerned.
Do not concern yourself, I will be okay. Or I think.
Fargus still looks concerned.
Go.
Yes, he moves, but yeah.
All right. If the three of you leave, you're able to walk past Ursilia and head down the hallway towards the first floor steps. In which case, Lady Melkor will watch the three of you walk away past the corner. She'll pause to listen for a bit. And then look back at Leon with a smile and say, I knew that was you, and I thought to check up on you, Leon.
Tapping into something which I don't think I've done in a very long time.
I am sure the Count will be pleased to hear of your progress.
Leon's face turns to a disdain.
And Ursilia offers a, this is actually a heartfelt, yet chilling laugh, and says, You may go now, Leon. Demnera, I am sure that I will have occasion to call upon you again. Pleasant evening.
Yes, pleasant evening. Leon, still having a bit of a still having a bit of a scale for our mentioned Count as he leaves.
All right. The four of you may return to the Foghaven map.
You will see Leon come upstairs, visibly annoyed.
It's apparently, yeah, I would agree with that. That you're the only, like, basically just a guy wanting to get something for his brother.
It's because you rolled below the average on the point buy.
Did he miss a memo? That's not what his one unique thing said. His one unique thing was, I just wanted to buy some booze for a friend.
My unique thing is, I'm the only normal person on this planet.
At least you're the only normal adventurer on the planet. Good enough.
That would be a world-changing, unique thing. Jesus.
Not really. Most adventurers are really strange. But Leon will come upstairs visibly annoyed. So where do we go next?
Well, do you know who it is?
Between the Melkors?
Yes.
Leon pauses. Now I'm more unsure than I've been so far. Could be either one of them. However... we have no easy way at either of them at the moment as it stands anyway.
Where is Bree at the moment, during the days?
Gonna take a guess, it's the manor.
I see.
Like, none of your characters would know.
Yeah, I'm just gonna guess the manor.
Yeah. Although then...
It seems reasonable.
Yeah. Well, we need a way to get that information. Who it is. And suddenly thunder outside.
It's your revelation of the fact, and it's just a meta.
Yes, it was that moment. Just BAM! The ominous revealings.
But there was actually thunder outside though.
And again, just at the revelation of Grimith, you know, like, just is it going to be like that? We're going to say things, and your country's going to explode.
I'm making that happen. I am making the thunder appear outside his house right now.
Grimith, it's supposed to be a soundboard, not a god board.
You see, I should have been told that at character creation.
God damn it. Grimith has the power of weather manipulation. We're all doomed.
Like now I'm imagining Grimith, like, you know how in SimCity the mayor can just like cause like all the disasters to come down. You've got that power inherent.
Next thing I'm doing is Bowser, King of the Koopas, like appearing and like stomping over Asthma Man City.
Yeah, there's only 30 lightning strikes in the same place and 5 tornadoes and... Oh, what the hell?
Robot.
And 1 alien invasion.
You know flooding is pretty common up there in Scandinavia, I'm sure. Just
well, it is not in this region though.
there you go.
Well, I think that's changed.
Yes, that's about to change. Anyway,
I live by the sea. What the fuck?
Back to in-character focus.
Suddenly sea rise just in this location.
What time of day is it?
Like 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Well,
we could always go after the basilisk. That's a nice black and white
It is a nice
morale thing.
I will pause here for a second. I'm probably going to go soon, so unless we suddenly have a fight right now and then, you're going to be down another 1.
The basilisk would certainly shuttle you folks to a combat encounter.
He's not going to peacefully leave the Wildwood.
That's metagame explanation for you there. Going to battle the basilisk is your way to combat, so you should probably do that if you want to do it today, before Gryph leaves instead of after Gryph leaves. But if you don't want to do it today, that's fine. You don't have to. You didn't do it in the 2nd session, so there's no reason why you have to do it in the 7th.
How long have Gryph?
35 minutes pushing it.